All right, welcome everybody. It's the GOAT District Podcast coming at you live from Las Vegas in the big Planet Hollywood Ballroom where the FFPC draft headquarters are. We have just finished off the 2 o'clock draft session. I believe this is the last one of the FFPC. So there are a few other drafts going on elsewhere, but we're honored to have Sean Bosley, and it's at Darth Tater, is that right?
Darth Tater 57.
At Darth Tater 57. So Sean, tell us a little bit, how long have you been here?
It's my 4th year at FFPC, so I live in Vegas, so I just drove down the hill. And
Nice.
Yeah, it's great. This year is a lot better than last year without the COVID stuff. A lot bigger crowd. Everything wasn't spread out too much. So it's fun. Bare knuckles happened again, and the auctions happened again, which we didn't do last year. So
Yep, absolutely. You've done the bare knuckles for
yes, sir.
4 years now?
Yep.
Okay.
I think I finished third once. That was my highest finish.
Okay, nice. That I won't even attempt to get in that.
Yeah.
I mean, my memory is just like it flushes every 15 minutes. So trying to remember all the player names. I put them on a piece of paper for me, and I know exactly who I want. I'm trying to remember. Okay, who hasn't been picked yet?
Yeah.
That's tough for me.
I think about 2 minutes after the draft, if you would have asked me who the running back was, Vikings, I would have.
Thank you for saying something because it just
You
happened.
can just flush it pretty quick.
Yeah, I suppose so. Any keys to holding all that in your memory for the draft?
Yes, you have to have little memory aids. Like I've memorized the bye weeks because you don't want to have the same kickers in the same bye weeks. So you just come up with little sayings like, week 6, the St. Week 49ers, who was it? Saints 49ers, and whoever else. I have little sayings, and you just put that in your head, and then you can kind of remember that.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And then you have a trigger, like when you see, I had the 3 H's. So when Damian Harris went, that meant Darrell Henderson was going to go, and then the other, I already forgot. But you got to have little things like that.
Nice.
And then it always messes up. Whatever you think you're going to do.
Bare knuckles is just a whole nother level of beast in these drafts. It's like
They only do one, and that's probably, it's just 1 12 to 80.
And 28 rounds too. This is not a slim, people. This is 28 rounds of memorizing player names. So 28 times 12 is it's a lot.
it's a lot.
It's a lot. Yes, that's my rudimentary math has said it's a lot.
My last player drafted was Bill Bishop. Zach and Dave Olamide. So
Olamide. Olamide is a case.
Olamide is the case.
A GOAT District favorite.
So that's the level you got to get into.
Absolutely. What's your favorite thing about coming out here?
Just seeing the guys that I'm in dynasty leagues with, and the people that are here every year, your friends and hanging out, getting a pass and coming out and just kind of having a guys weekend. So live draft, it's so much better than online doing it live. It's just the trash talk and it's just the camaraderie. I think you got to do it live.
Yeah, absolutely. I would have loved to have had the podcast going a little bit earlier when the draft table right in front of where the podcast is going on here was doing a round of shots when they finished off the draft. So
there you go.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing you can find out here. Occasionally people in costume. And then you've got a good luck charm that we got to see that.
Okay.
It goes right with your Twitter handle. So
this is Darth Tater. He's got his mask on because he's socially distancing. And then when somebody does something I don't like, I give him one of those. It's
It's like a badass Mr. Potato Head.
yes,
right.
exactly.
I used to live in Idaho, so that's where it came from.
Yeah.
Darth Tater, eat potato things. And I'm a Star Wars geek, so there you go.
Awesome.
No.
All right. Sounds good. Well, John, thanks for stopping by the
Thanks for having me.
Yep,
Appreciate
absolutely.
it.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Good to see you, Sean. Good
Thank
luck.
you. Thank you. I'm going to need it. I'm playing this guy.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, speaking of this guy, we got another guy coming on here, and he is the notorious VIP.
Although I changed my team name now.
I had the pleasure of drafting with Bip in an NFFC Silver Bullet, and also just now in the main event. We weren't next to one another, thankfully. But I saw Bip commit a brutal murder at the table when he took Javonte Williams, and there was a team that looked like they were about to cry. They had attempted a zero RB build, and Bip just canceled it out on it. It was a beautiful thing to see at the table. It was a hell of a draft pick.
Thanks. Yeah, no, I'm a value drafter, so while I'll have my plans, but I adjust quickly depending on how the board is going. And then Javonte Williams is someone I believe in. I think he'll be crucial at the second half of the season. And if you look at the Denver schedule, it's I think the easiest schedule for a running back, and so I expect him to be a starter. And then when he made it back and I saw a zero RB team, I'm like, I'm not passing this value here, and I trust my drafting and waiver skills to pick up a receiver that spot that I gave up to.
I rarely yell out and loud at the draft table, but my draft decorum went out the window. I gave Bip a shout out as soon as he did it. It was a classic moment. And Bip had a Derrick Henry build. Your RB2 was who?
I went Derrick Henry and Jonathan Taylor.
And then you had
Then I got back Keenan Allen, which was a value at 3.7.
and then Robinson and Javonte Williams. So
Yep.
I really liked my build as well, but I told my partner that Bip potentially could have a team that is lights out every week. With his build, he could potentially have 4 of the top 8 to 12 running backs in football if it all falls out right. So I really like what he did. And how'd your name go?
The last one?
Yeah, the last one.
Yeah, I think the last one went pretty well. Again, I do so many drafts. So the ones I did online, I was more focused on floor guys, take the receivers early and build. And here I came looking for upside guys, because one difference I see here, which is great, is people just go for their players and not draft ADP.
Yeah.
I think when you are drafting online, the players show up in the order of ADP, and sometimes I feel some drafters get influenced with who to take, when to take.
Yeah.
And so, but it went well. I started with Aaron Jones. I was on the 10th spot, so I went Aaron Jones, Antonio Gibson, someone I really love. Got back TJ Hawkinson in 3rd round, and then loaded up receivers like Claypool, Beckham, forgetting the name of the other guys. But I got 3 solid receivers there, and then later I got all of my outside guys like Rondell Moore, De'Ami Brown, Marcus Valdez-Scantling in the 19th round.
I love that.
So, and then 3 guys were like, "Oh, he was still there. We didn't know." And I'm like, "Okay, whatever."
Bip is also a very feared dynasty player in the FFPC. And spoiler alert, he's a big Diami Brown and Nico Collins fan. I was able to draft both of them in the Silver Bullet, and I think that got under Bip's skin a little bit when we drafted against each other.
Yes, you did. And you like 2 players that I like, 3 players actually. It's Diami Brown, Nico Collins, and you did me here on Jaret Patterson.
Yep.
But thankfully, I loaded up Jaret Patterson here with Antonio Gibson, so I love that, because I feel, again, he's like a Gibson type player, stuck on a team where Gibson will get his stuff carries.
Yeah.
I really like him as a talent.
I'm a big fan of his. I actually had a Gibson build where we didn't cuff him, where we talked about immediately going to the waiver wire and just not having a QB2 this week.
Yeah.
He's 5'6", and not particularly fast, but he gets it done.
Yes.
And he showed that he could be a receiver. His gaudy numbers in college, but didn't really show the receiving ability. But he's certainly looking a natural receiver in the preseason.
Yes, and I think they're hiding the real plan, which I do feel Gibson will be a 3-down back. It's not going to be McKissick. They didn't show it in preseason, but as the season goes on, Gibson is the guy.
Yeah. I agree. Yep, without a doubt. So, Bip, how many years have you been coming out here live?
So live, I didn't come last year due to COVID, but this is my 4th year live. But I've been playing FFPC now for the last 10 years. And I started in the Dynasty world, got some success, started doing football guys, and then got into the lean events. But this is super fun, to balance with your Dynasty. It's awesome. And anybody who loves coming to Vegas should plan to come around this year. The other thing I like is there's so many players I play with Dynasty and redraft. And it's so good for them to just come and say hi, including both of you guys, and it's just a small community, and it's great to put faces to the names that you know.
I said, I think I said this to Dan. We were having a conversation with somebody last night, and you meet people in the high stakes streets, and it's almost like being from a foreign country and meeting people that are from your country. And finally see people you've communicated with online. For a while, you talk to them on Twitter, and they get into actually meet them face to face. It's a really nice thing. I think that the high stakes community is very, very competitive, but I think there's a lot of really, really good guys, and actually some women as well that are. And I really enjoy talking to people about their strategies and their builds. I think it opens you up and makes you a better drafter.
Absolutely, and that's how I should be honest. There are a lot of great players here who even understand the game, better player, and even decide how they fit into an offense much before even they are. I'm not coming from a football background that I understand that, but I watch drafters, and the other thing I like is watching strategies. So like going 0 RB or going take a RB, load up receivers for 10 rounds. And there's so many ways to build teams here, and that's how you learn. You learn from your mistakes, see what the good team did, and get better. The other thing I like is, even though it's high stakes, 99% of the people are very nice and fun, and you can approach them whether you won or not. There's no sense of arrogance or or something like that. So that's even fun.
Even some of the people are a little more prickly on Twitter. You meet a real person.
Yes.
Super nice.
I'll call out one of them, and he may be mad if he's watching the podcast. So his name is John Terry, and he's a great dynasty player. He's a great drafter, and I share teams with him. So John is a pain in the butt if you're chatting with him. He'll give you a hard time, but in person, he hardly speaks. So he's the most gentleman you'll find, and you won't realize it's the same John. John, sorry, but I called you out.
Dan and I had this conversation as well. If you meet a true asshole at one of these high stakes drafts, more likely than not, they're not a very successful player. Because I think that it's very difficult to navigate these waters in the FFPC, the NFFC, if you don't have good communication. Drafts that I'm not going head to head with somebody, you're able to see the boards, you're able to talk about what they did, maybe what another player did. So I think it's business and also in life and in high stakes is the same thing, where you have to have good communication skills, be respectful of your opponents, because you never know when you're going to get that nugget of information that's going to help you become a better
there's nothing hidden now in the social media world we live in. So 20 years back, I get it, you had your special cheat sheet and you tried it, but today in the world of analytics and social media and Twitter, you just can't. And it still baffles me. There are teams I know who will try to change their team name and hide themselves for drafters to not know who they are. Just doesn't work anymore.
The incognito approach is a difficult one in fantasy football. I love hearing about Gibson. I love him. How's your exposure with him in Dynasty?
I think I have probably 35% ownership of Gibson. The player I own more than Gibson is Brian Edwards right now. But then again, they are not comparable. Gibson is a second rounder. But hey, next year, Brian Edwards could be a top 3 round pick, if everything pans out the way we expect him to.
It's some very sharp people are on Brian Edwards. I have a lot. I hope you're right on that one. Dan and I are both overexposed to Antonio Gibson.
Oh, yeah.
Me too.
Yes.
And Dan is probably happy that I haven't traded him yet on 515 because my asking price is very high.
Right.
That's the one. That's the one we are head to head.
That is, it's a little scary to be that overweight on a guy, but I think it hits. I think Gibson could be an absolute monster. I just put together a Kamara Gibson team, which I don't have one of those yet, and I think it looks like a fantastic build. So
that's a great combination because if he truly realizes the CMC potential in a round Rivera, the upside is huge, and he could be a top 5 player.
Absolutely. I mean, it reminds me a little bit of the David Johnson sophomore year, where he was such a breakout and teams drafted him and had a huge win rate. So I'm with you on that one. How about your tight ends, Bip? I know in our first draft. you didn't go tight end early. How is that been kind of your approach with your value-based drafting?
Not really. I mean, because I have so many teams. Again, I'm trying out different strategies, but for me, I have to get value. So my strategy with tight end has always been in first 4 rounds. If you can get one of the top 5 guys, like Mark Andrews, Kyle Pitts, Hawkinson, or the other 3 guys, 6 guys,
Gronk.
then Gronk is a distraction
Yeah, there
right
you
now
go.
for week 1. I think he probably had his best game, and he's not going to put those numbers again.
We will see.
But
Yeah,
anyways,
it was a pretty darn good game.
but he
for
looked
sure.
healthy in
Yes,
3 years.
that's important.
But otherwise, if that doesn't happen, I am probably waiting in the 9th round to get Dallas Goedert, who I really like as a value there. I don't know, people are going crazy about Zach Ertz being healthy and all that news, but I still think Goedert is the guy, and they don't have fast schedule. So that's what I do. And then John Smith's ADP is going up every day, so I don't.
John has been one of our guys.
But then I like otherwise take a Jared Cook, or I was taking Gronk, before
Yeah,
the
that's great.
Thursday night later. If I take Jared Cook, I might even take Jordan Parham and
See what happens.
handcuff them and see what happens.
Parham's interesting.
Yeah.
He's the kind of guy that could be the number 1
Yeah.
waiver wire ad this week.
The Titans are so thin and volatile that I'm not willing to invest a top 10 round pick if I don't get value in that position. That's what I. Whereas my next other draft, before I took a receiver, I took Hawkinson because I like him and I think he's going to get 30-35% target share in that offense.
I think Hawkinson could absolutely smash. But yeah, we kind of turned the corner a little bit on Gronk. Dan's been very there on him, but I see him as stepping into that tier. He looks explosive. He looks very healthy, and it's a fantastic offense. So I do think that for me, it looks like a big 7, and I like Jonnu. I also like Goddard. But I think sometimes the mistake we've seen people make is kind of pushing the position up because of the scarcity, and I think that kind of screws up their draft.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I've been taking Gronk as the first tight end from that team because they still have OJ Howard, and I like him if he can make a comeback. He was probably a T1 last year before he got hurt.
Yeah.
But I'm not taking Gronk in first 4 rounds of a main event. I would rather let someone else have him and use that to get somebody else. For example, in my previous draft, Amari Cooper went in first round, CeeDee Lamb went here, and Jonathan Taylor fell to me in second round, and I was happily going to take him there.
That's one player I was not unable to draft, and I really would have taken him, but it just didn't happen. I could see him having a smash season.
Yeah, it scared me a bit when Carson Wentz was hurt, but the great thing with Jonathan Taylor is also his buy is in 14th week, and so if you're really worrying about his buy, that means you've already pocketed $2,500 in a main event here.
That's a great rate.
So that's a great way to look at it. So just go have fun in your championship week, and you've got a ticket to play the championship.
That's it.
Yep, for sure. All right. Well, Bill, thanks for coming by.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
And we'd love to have you back on
And-
Talk Dynasty as well early in the season.
Absolutely, but it was great to meet you in person. I mean, it's a crime not meeting you, being in the same city.
I know, right?
But I'll hopefully stop by at your restaurant.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of these days we have to have a FFPC get together. And,
Sure.
A lot of good players out of the state of Minnesota. I said this to Biff and I've said this to Dan. I meet lots of high stakes players from the state of Minnesota that are really sharp and successful. I don't know what's in the water up there, but it's you guys are doing something right.
It's either that or watch the Vikings. So.
Yeah.
Watch the Vikings.
You got to have a secondary team to root for when the Vikings break your heart, I guess.
They should just hire us,
Just hire you guys to be the GM. Yeah. You'd have Diami Brown and Nico Collins.
Oh, we would have had Justin Fields this
Yeah.
year. I mean, I don't know why they didn't
100%.
pull that trade.
Oh, man, that would be great.
All right, thank you guys for
All right,
having
thank
me.
you, Ben.
Safe
Safe
travels.
flight.
Yep,
Safe
thanks.
flight.
Good luck.
Yep. Thanks. All right, then we got.
He's a very good draft.
Yes.
Yesterday. He only took 4.
Oh, really?
Okay.
I'll put this down.
All right, so we have yes, we've got to start here. Okay. Yep. I don't know if you can see them, but Dan Williams. The confusion.
We've been mixed up for years.
Yes. I mean,
I got his badge all the time.
Yep.
He'd come up and he's like, "Who's Daniel Williams?" We didn't even know each other though until
Yeah, probably.
6 years ago.
Yeah, probably about 6 years
We
ago.
both originals. Well, no, you were even before me. 2002.
No, I have not been here that long.
Oh, yeah.
You're
2003.
yeah, you're here way longer than me. So.
Original White Claws.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I was not in the Wyckoff days, but yeah, Dan has been around forever. So tell us, again, you've been 2002,
2003.
2003.
Second
okay.
year of Wyckoff. as we call it now. Wyckoff.
So you were a veteran of the high stakes drafts, been doing it for that makes it
Came
now.
in third place overall first year we did it.
Wow.
And it's been downhill ever since. He was another guy over here was just asking us, what's the highest you've ever finished? I looked at it, we finished third. Overall.
Yeah.
The famous year of Billy Volek and Drew Bennett, if you guys know that.
Oh yeah.
The guy had a near 300-point week in the first week of the playoffs. We were all playing for second. So it was already over. And he had Clinton Portis. The famous 4-touchdown, over 200-yard game. He had
Yeah.
all in the lineup at the same time. Who made up Billy Volek? But it's been.
You never know the playoff hero.
No,
The playoff hero is always somebody random.
We just had a conversation with another guy over here. Once you get to that tournament, it's 85 to 90%. Right? You can't make any moves. You have who you have. What was it, 4 weeks? 4 weeks, and you guys could just stink the rest of the year, and there's nothing you can do. You could have gone 12-0. Doesn't matter. So it's a little. Once you get to that point, it's a little tough.
Yeah.
We've been doing main events every year. I've done 2 main events minimum every year.
Awesome. That's great. And that's for like 19 years now. So
Yeah, the most I ever did was 4. Kicked it back to 2. Try to do other stuff.
yeah.
Auctions,
Yep.
best ball, draft experts. I yelled at them yesterday. Can you please put not draft experts on this? It makes us look like geniuses that we're not. 28 rounds and you're guessing after round 23. No, I love this format. I love these people here. This has been.
Yeah.
This is the reason I missed 1 year last year.
Yep. Such a well-run event. I mean,
It always
every
has
year. So yeah, without a doubt. And so who are some of your favorite players you've been coming away with this year?
It's gone in phases, considering since I've been drafting since February. I'm familiar with the Open.
Absolutely.
How many $5 best balls have I done? God, the greatest thing ever invented, but too many.
Here's your souvenir.
Another one?
Oh, no, they're gone. That's why I've given them to you.
More drink
Oh,
tickets.
yeah,
Anyways,
no.
I think they are gone, so I don't need them. I came out early on, and I still do. My goal was to always come away with a round. I know that sounds really stupid, but Cup and Woods, or Woods all the time. And that got more and more difficult when they started moving up in value. I mean, I used to get Cup at the end of the 6th round early on in the offseason. Now he's going in the 3rd. Today drop. So it's hard. Otherwise, I just branch off to Higbee. So every draft or staff, try to get a Ram. I just think that I'm the type of person that just goes for value.
Okay.
There is no bad player. It's just where you pick them. And I talked with somebody, and I could be totally wrong with this, and I've been wrong many times. And the guy insisted that Darren Waller was his greatest first-round pick, and then you were seeing him gone all over the first round. And I'm like, he doesn't do what he did last year. And I went, do you remember where you drafted him last year? 4th round?
Yep.
That's different when you draft him in the 1st round.
Yep.
And then he's like, well, all the running backs are question marks. I guess no dispute. But the running backs are running backs, and you can't really get them. I understand there's like 4 great tight ends. Tight end is such a different position, and I know this is tight end premium. I'm not. I mean, even me, I was taking Kelsey at 102 in the offseason because he is on those, and his offense is automatic. He's on a team that I don't know. It's been Grudenized, I guess if that's a word.
It is now.
So I never drafted him. And he's going to be probably great.
He has a wider range of outcomes than Kelsey.
I would have rather taken Waller late second, where it seemed like where he should have been going. And I kept on seeing him. He started inching up 111, 110, and then he had that where he did practice for a week.
Yeah.
And then he dropped.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they said, oh, he's fine. And then he went right back in here. Wow.
Yeah, people have been chasing him up. For sure.
104, I've seen.
104, 106, 105. Like, I mean, it's not that I have an issue with it. It's just something I wouldn't do. It's just not something. I am not a type of person that knocks down Derrick Henry because he's had 400 carries. Have you ever seen him work out?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I don't. If he ever, okay, he's not going to do this forever. I don't know. Next year or two, he probably will. He's not a normal person.
Yeah. And he was low mileage his first couple of years in the league, too.
He dropped. We kept on seeing him go 110, 111. I don't care if he doesn't catch a pass. He catches 3 passes. One goes for 80 yards, so he gets some extra points. I don't know. He's just too good.
Yep.
Other players are kind of obvious. The Thursday game ruined everything.
Yeah, it definitely.
My buddy over there, we were talking about Amari Cooper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it definitely exposed some players for being
He's
good.
a stepping stone draft. You know,
Yep.
Peroni's what combined 3 weeks, 12.
Oh, good.
Mobile, whatever. But same efficacy. I had 101. And it's a slow draft. But everyone, these are veterans. They all pick them in 12 minutes. It's like an 8-hour clock, and they're picking 12 minutes. So go McCaffrey, and this started 3 weeks ago. Pick McCaffrey, go around. And I'm waiting for all the guys I don't want because I think these guys are smart. So who do I get? Ridley and Metcalf, the 212, 301. That's never happened. Not Ridley. I'm like, oh, this is fantastic. This is going way better than I thought. He comes back around. Cooper went 412.
They won't have time to get him the ball.
And Mark Andrews, 501. Tight end preview. Okay, this is doing way too bad. Ended up, because I don't really care if you take McCaffrey. Who cares about second running back? The way I ended up with Mostert. And then okay, you want guys that like him.
Okay.
People draft Sermon ahead of him. I don't get it. Mostert's going to be very good. Yes, he's going to get hurt. But Sermon's going to get hurt too. He's a 49er, not a guy. In that same draft, I got Antonio Brown at 8-12. This is where he used to go.
Yep.
Now that game ruined everything.
There you go.
For this format, that game ruined. This format, it's hard to explain this format. Everyone asks me, how do you draft after the game? I'm like,
Carefully. Yes.
I've been doing this for 19 years.
Yeah.
What you can't do later.
Yep. You got to.
People won't be here. They won't. I don't think it would make a big difference, but they know what they're doing.
Yep. And everybody gets to decide how much they want to weigh the Thursday game.
And by the way, better get excited because my buddy and I talked today. And they're going to finally start doing auctions.
Oh, nice.
And why haven't they been doing that already? Because every other format does.
Nice.
And you know how many people love auctions.
Yep.
We're like, yeah, dude, all of them love it. It doesn't matter that the format is good online.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually maybe better. You don't have to deal with the person who can't hear.
Yeah.
The tablets all the time. You're trying to pick out who was first. Yeah, that doesn't work. So hopefully that happens too. And then they're just going to make money.
Absolutely. All right. Well, Dan, thanks for coming on.
Dan,
man.
thanks, Dan.
Yep.
Dan, thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Yep. We'll see you out in the streets, and I'm sure they'll be getting our name tags screwed up again.
Yeah, well, that's they gave me Dan and Daniel this year, by the way.
Oh,
They didn't know
there you go.
they didn't know what to do with it.
Awesome. Thanks, Dan. All right. And then we had. Oh, Ray took off.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well, we'll see if he comes back. We'll see if Shelly shows up. One never knows. I mean, with Shelly, anything can happen. Somebody's trying to do that. But so Theo, what was your favorite draft you did this weekend?
I mean, I haven't disliked any of them. I thought my main events went well. I liked my Kelsey build this morning. I liked the team that Dan and I put together a great deal last night from the 102. I thought we put together a monster with the Buck stack. It's going to be a really, really fun team. And then with my buddy Nima, I love the way it closed out with a Kamara and Gibson build. I think it could be really, really a fun team. And I was able to get it. A.J. Brown, who I have way too much of, but I think it's going to work out. Antonio Brown, Deontay Johnson, and then Lamar Jackson, who I've got a ton of in high stakes. So I was very pleased with this team. I mean, but I think it's when you do this all summer, like Dan and I do, I think you know that you're going to come away with a structure you're comfortable with, and I think that as long as your structure is pretty good and you're hitting on some of your guys, you're not drawing dead. So really, it's about hitting on some of these values.
Yeah, absolutely.
And knowing when to push a guy up and when to let a position go, I think is an important thing too. But I had a blast drafting with Dan. We should have done more.
Yeah.
We would have won more money this year if we would have had more teams together, because we pretty much ran pure.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a chance to split some teams with some really good people this year, and it's been a hell of a run. I have one more team tonight, the 7 p.m. Vegas time NFFC draft, again with my buddy Nima. So that's a loaded one. That's Billy Wazowski, who's been on the Go District pod, is going to be in that one. I believe I'm drafting right next to him. Michael Edelman, who's going to come on the Go District pod, he's in that one. So it's going to be a brutal way to end it, but I'm fired up.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Yeah, and one of the things that's been really fun out here in Vegas is just hearing from all you GOAT listeners. Had lots of people come up and just kind of out of the blue introduce themselves to both Theo and me, and just say thanks for doing the podcast. And hey, the pleasure is all ours. I mean, we're really just the facilitators of, we try to bring on guests that are interesting to us. We think if they're interesting to us, they'll probably be interesting to you guys. And I like to think we try to bring the best guests possible to the best audience out there in fantasy football. And I really do think we have the best audience out there.
We definitely have I think we've got one of the sharpest audiences out there. I think that people who are drafting in competitive leagues are listening to Go District, and I think we've been able to kind of show some of these great players this summer on our pod, and how they've been able to share their process with us has been very helpful to us as well. It's great to hear that everybody's loving the podcast, and I think we're gonna keep crushing it all season long, but not on Wednesday nights, right, Dan? Never. We're in waiver hell at Wednesday night, just like you guys are.
Yep.
But Tuesday night is going to be popping off in the Go District.
Yeah, Wednesday night is going to be taboo. Nothing will happen on Wednesday. If it doesn't happen on Tuesday, it's going to be Monday or Thursday. But,
That's it. No, we will not do a Wednesday show. That's it's a blackout date for the Go District.
Yep, absolutely. Well, Theo, I think the place is kind of clearing out.
So good times, Dan.
Yep, absolutely.
Good luck.
Yep, good luck to you. Thanks, you guys, for listening. Thanks for hanging with us all summer. And we're just going to be bringing more goodness throughout the entire season. We're not just helping you draft. We're going to help you figure out how to work that waiver wire and manage all the way through to the end where you get the big money. So, yep. All right. Thanks.
Enjoy the game.
See you guys later.
For 2 days, a mass slaughter, right?